Bangladesh and Pakistan at one point used to be linked together by a big country known as India, and although they are divided because of this big chunk of territory, they are still somewhat brothers. And although both countries have definitely gained their own independence, own voice, and way of doing things, today we are going to look at the general comparisons of these two countries and find out what is different and what is similar. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we talk about people, cultures, and places from all around the world. I'm Dave Walpole, and if you love learning about cultures and you love learning about, militaries and economy and things like that, hit the subscribe button and join us every single day. Hit the bell notification so you can be on top of your game and learn about great things around the world. Now, before we get started in this video, I know some of you guys might be like, well, wait, are you going to compare two countries together? Well, not really. Here, we actually give you guys the statistics and you guys can decide which country is best for you. And to be honest, it's really a great opportunity to just learn about different countries from around the world. And like I said, we actually even compare militaries of different nations. So if you guys want to find out what the differences of the militaries between Bangladesh and Pakistan are, I'll put a link for that at the end of the video. But now let's get started. And before I do, I want to know, what is your favorite country and why? Let me know down there. So let's start it off. Now, Bangladesh has a population of 162,951,560 people. Now, this ranks 8th in the world, and it is only a 2016 estimate because there hasn't been a census done since 2011. Now, its population density has 1,106 people per kilometer square, ranking 10th in the world, and it has a land size of 147,570 kilometers square, and of that, it has 6.4% water. Now, Pakistan, on the other hand, is a much larger country when it comes to population and land size. First of all, its population sits at 209,970,000 people, ranking 5th in the world with a 2017 census. Now, its population density has 244 people per kilometer square, ranking 56th, and its land size is much bigger at 881,913 kilometers square, and of that, 2.86% of that is water. Now, one thing that we got to look at when it comes to these two countries is we got to look at money. Now, how is money generated in this country and what kind of money and currency do they use? First of all, Pakistan uses the Pakistan rupee, and for $1 it equals 110.7 PKR. And for its dollar, it's remained pretty stable since 2015. Now, Bangladesh uses the Bangladeshi taka, and $1 equals 83.2 BDTs. However, if you want to compare the two, 1 BDT equals 1.33 PKR. But let's take a look at money even further. Where does it come from? How is it generated? And are there imports and exports that help create this money? First of all, Pakistan's GDP of purchasing power parity is $1.06 trillion, ranking 25th in the world with a per capita of 5,374. Now, of that, it has exports equaling $20.5 billion, and of that, 15% of that is linen, 8.3% of that is rice, and 7.2% of that is non-knitted men's suits. Now, as for imports, Pakistan imports a lot more than it actually exports. It's crazy. Because its imports equal $45.9 billion, with 12% of that being refined petroleum, 4.3% of that being crude petroleum, and 3.7% of that being palm oil. Now, as for Bangladesh's GDP, it equals $686.598 billion, ranking 3rd in the world with a per capita of 4,207. Now, one thing that's great about Bangladesh is it's very balanced in its imports and exports. For example, its exports come in at $35.7 billion, with 26% of that being non-knitted suits for males and females, 15% of that being knit t-shirts, and 12% of that being knitted sweaters. Now, as for the imports, it pretty much matches it, being $38.3 billion. 6.4% of that is heavy and light pure woven cotton, 3.3% of that is refined petroleum, and 2.6% of that is raw cotton. Now, that's great and all. These two countries make money, they do good for imports and exports, but when we actually got to look at these countries, we got to look at the living costs to compare them. Now, if you were to move to Pakistan from Bangladesh, food would be 22% cheaper, housing would be 3% cheaper, unfortunately, clothes would be 66% higher, transportation would be 37% lower, personal care also is about 14% lower, and entertainment in Pakistan is approximately 16% lower. Overall, this equates it to being approximately 19% cheaper to live in Pakistan than it is in Bangladesh. However, though, the buck doesn't stop there because we also do have to look at debt. And for this, we are going to look at the debt in US dollars. For Pakistan's US dollar debt, it equals $69,138,086,630, with a per capita of 370 and making up 60% of its GDP. And if you were to actually stack that in single dollar bills, it would equal 7,551 kilometers high, making 0.02 trips to the moon. Now, as for Bangladesh, at least by a 2016 number, the debt in US dollars is approximately $70.874 billion. So what do you think of these two countries? Do you live in one of these? And if so, what is your favorite thing about them? But my name is Dave Walp, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in and learning about Bangladesh and learning about Pakistan, two countries that are just amazingly awesome brothers. Now, before you guys get out of here, make sure you guys leave a comment and a suggestion for a future FTD Facts video down there in the box below. Also, check out our playlists. I'll put something at the end of this video for you guys, especially that military video. Also, guys, if you want more stuff from me, man, you guys can hit me up on my own channel. It's called Picky Nerds. I'm going to put it in the description box below. And it's great. I talk about video games and movies and how they could be better. But other than that, you guys have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, guys, before you guys go, remember I said there was a military comparison video at the end of this one? Well, here it is. Feel free to check it out. It's really awesome stuff and great to learn about the proud military forces of these two countries. And until we see you in the next video, you guys have yourself a good one.